out, mister?
I went to Karpov's warehouse last night to get rid of him.
Yeah. Did you have trouble getting in?
No. No trouble. I got into position. Took a little while to get a clear sight line. Karpov's pacing around. His lawyer was there. She was getting in the way.
Mm-hmm. And then?
I finally had my shot. And I was about to take it when a little girl, she couldn't have been more than 10, ran into Karpov's arms. Almost exactly like what happened to Michael. Wrong place, wrong time, innocent kid, and for what? Karpov and I agreed to live and let live for now.
I can see how that would make you more comfortable in the short run, but down the road, this is a decision that could come back to haunt you.
I've seen bosses drunk on power, paranoia. You look at Zakara, Alcazar, now Karpov. A preemptive strike against guys like that is the first step down a bloody road that I don't want to take.
Yeah, and I didn't mean to offer you bad advice.
No, you didn't. Doesn't mean I'm going to take it, but I don't want you to stifle yourself, Bernie, because your opinion is valuable to me.
Okay, so I can tell you what I'm thinking?
Yes.
All right. I've made inquiries, and Karpov always follows the same pattern when he's making an expansion. He moves in, he tells the locals he's just operating on the periphery, and then once he's established a base, he just takes out the competition. I mean, without compunction. It's only a matter of time before he uses that MO on you.
I'm not working Europe. It's not going to work here. He's overextended.
Yeah.
Come on. A successful takeover would not be realistic for months.
Right. He is vulnerable now, and he may not be that vulnerable in, say, 2 months. So, looking at it from a purely business perspective, now is the time for you to make your move.
You're saying this to me because that's what Sonny would do. I've always been more comfortable taking orders than giving them. You know, letting Sonny call the shots. If he wanted a preemptive strike, I carried it out.
Yeah, unless you disagreed, which happened more than once. Listen, I heard all those stories from when my brother worked here. Some pretty big decisions, choices that shaped this organization came about because you decided to go against the status quo.
Yeah, but the burden was still on Sonny. If he was wrong, he would have taken the fall. Now it's all on me.
Yeah, no, I understand the pressures that you're under. You're responsible for the day-to-day operation of a very complex syndicate, but you're also responsible for the people who work for you, people who stand to lose everything. If Karpov takes over or if he decides to start a civil war, they'll become targets. Don't you think you owe it to the people who work with you to do what you can to protect them?
You want to see me?
Yeah, come in. Bernie says a lot of good things about you.
Yeah? Glad to hear it.
Yeah, so I want to give you an additional assignment, one that utilizes more of your particular skills.
I'm listening.
Go back to shadowing Karpov. I want you to tell me where he goes, who he sees, and when he's most vulnerable.
Mr. Morgan, I don't know if you remember me. My name is Sasha.
I know who you are, Karpov's attorney. We'll have to finish up later.
I'm very happy to have this chance for a private conversation with you.
About what?
Mr. Karpov wanted me to reassure you. He means no disruption to you or your organization. He wants to coexist.
Karpov already told me that. Why is he pushing so hard to convince me?
Poor Charles is Mr. Karpov's first expansion into the States, so naturally he wants it to go smoothly. He's already encountered one problem. His arrangement with Mr. Corinthos fell apart. So the last thing that Mr. Karpov wants is any tension with you.
Tell Karpov he's got nothing to worry about. If he doesn't make a move against me, everything's gonna be fine. Excuse me. Yeah.
The last 2 shipments got off safely.
Good. What about the partners?
They can wait for the sit-down at the playa, but they want to hear from you personally within the hour.
All right. I'm in a meeting. I'll call him when I'm done. What's this?
I don't always represent Mr. Karpov. Sometimes I represent my own interests. I think you and I could find each other mutually beneficial.